Welcome to the audio commentary of this YouTube poop, George Shrinks vs. Bonzi Buddy, the International Edition. Yep, we're really doing this, making an audio commentary for a YouTube poop. Yeah? Now, some people might think it's weird to have George fighting Bonzi Buddy, but if you look back in classical literature, you'll find many examples of little people fighting Technicolor primates. I do believe there was a cancelled Gulliver's Travels novel that had that same plot. Now here's the part where the copyright joke paid off. I actually did get a copyright claim, so it was blocked in the US. So I made the most of the situation. Jokes like that, you know? Now George was a real great guy to work with on set, but the problem was he really does have a problem with cookies. He just eats too many, and we've had to talk with him. I'm not sure if it's gone to the point of rehab, but we'll just have to see. Ah, well now. You see, in the original script it was always my idea that every word coming out of Becky's mouth would be a profanity, but we didn't quite have the technology at the time to make that happen.
It's true. You should see him first thing in the morning.
Now, right here's the part that originally got me into trouble. You see, they don't appreciate me using the theme to Halloween in the United States, even though that's the country the song was composed in.
Oh god, I hope I'm wrong.
And of course, I had to use a non-copyrighted alternative, as well as enhancing a few scenes with these computer sort of looking text. The results are pretty good, in my opinion. And this whole conversation between George and Bonzi is a direct rip from the Vine Sauce conversation. I think it worked out pretty well. Hopefully people found it funny, especially George's very cynical take on Bonzi. Now, we really tried. We really tried hard to get Bruce Willis contacted to play in this role, but things really did not work out. Mainly because I'm not an actual film director, I'm just some guy on a computer. Now this next scene coming up took way too long to make due to the special effects budget that needed to be implemented. Now this scene right here, we tried real hard to get at the pulse of the people, the real, sense of how society is at this time. And I know social commentary is a bit controversial, but I think it worked out. Mainly because everyone's gone crazy these days. It should go without saying that this sort of thing won't fly on Tumblr. And here's another joke at the expense of the audience in the comment section. Now, how many times have we found ourselves in this predicament? Downloading something we shouldn't off the internet and getting into a world of trouble.
I think I stopped caring. I become this like nihilistic shitlord.
Haven't we all?
I have some bad news for everyone right now. I just visited the dentist and he froze my mouth with the medical stuff, so now I sound retarded. Anyway, I just drove home in my car. It goes beep beep because it's really, fast and speedy. And then I'm going home to eat some spaghetti. Spaghetti's my favorite because it's got meatballs in it. That's nice. I will admit that this animation right here is lifted directly from another YouTube pooper. Just like the other one with Caillou. Just a warning to all the kids at home, never do this to your computer. It is absolutely devastating. And that's the internet summed up right there. Damn, every part of my lip is frozen, and even my nose, and it's all on the side. It makes me wonder, is this what it feels like to have a stroke? Wow.
I've had the worst fucking day of my life.
Me too, George, me too. Look at that silly monkey go. He's being a silly old monkey.
Absolutely not. This is the last I see of you, you monster. Don't you blow kisses at me.
Spoiler warning. This isn't the last we see of Bonzi, buddy. You can see his monkey butt. It's gross.
Oh, that, what? What am I doing wrong?
Oh, hi, children. Are you ready for some knowledge?
Please get me out of this maze.
I made a technique on how to do the right video HUD in a video sort of technique right here. Bit complicated. That's another good song we included on the soundtrack for this movie. Had to pay royalties or anything. Not just kidding. Everything's piracy around here. Oh, and here he is at it again, trying to use that doll in an inappropriate way. There he goes. Now I got a question for all the ladies in the audience. What would you do if you caught someone about the same size as your toy doll? You know. Well, you know. They said that having live animals on the production is dangerous, but we took the risk. We took the risk. Of course, this is a cameo from another celebrity we got out there in the YouTube poop world. That's right, it's Caillou. He's real famous. You know, they say in Hollywood, never work with kids or animals, because you just can't direct them in the right way. But I think it's worked out just fine here. Now, I am considering having Sloth come in and be a guest on the show. Last time we talked together, he said, "Hey, you guys," and that was about the length of the conversation. Now, anything worth doing is worth doing right, and things need to be done right with lots of planning and contemplation, as I did in this scene upcoming here. Oh yeah, we're getting into some risky territory right here. It took quite a bit of video editing to make sure this was acceptable for YouTube's strict standards, but in the end I think we made a good compromise right here. There's that old dinosaur fetishist at it again with another toy dinosaur. I kid, of course. This guy, Steve, I think his name is. He's a very clever man, very good at dinosaurs, but I don't think he could get a load of this. I mean, now check these reptiles out. Now what would he say about that, I wonder? If some kid owned a toy dinosaur of that critter right there, I mean, wow, you'd have a really cool childhood, I tell you what. Now here's George in awe and spectacle of that monkey's expanded dong. Uh-oh, the fox lady caught him. Now he's gonna be the victim of a lovely vulpine lady. I'm not a furry, don't even think about that. Clearly, George has been driven bananas. Oh, yep, more censorship. The People's Republic of People, or jerks or something, does not approve of me showing alcohol on the TV. But it is okay to get high off of cactus juice, as Beavis and Butthead have found out by themselves. Now, I'm just gonna have to warn you about this next scene coming up here. It's got a horseman, not the good kind, the bad, creepy kind. That, I don't even know what that shit's about. Behold the fury of George Shrinks. He does not approve of it. When he gets so angry, he starts making references to Steven Universe. Like, what the heck? Oh, we got another controversial scene right here. Big old monkey with his big old monkey butt doing who knows what. Yep, that expression right there, that explains my disgust as well. Yep, as the old saying goes, up your butt with a coconut. Now, it's all here in the script, you see. George has a very specific vision of how this is going to play out. You might want to get yourself washed off from all that crud on you. It's probably not sanitary at all. Just saying. Now, this scene right here shows the absolute agony any person has ever felt when they've been caught with their pants down, you know? If I had the gall to speak to my mother that way, I'd probably be thrown out on the street right now. Oh, and it looks like we got ourselves a commercial break right here. This is necessary because we need to keep the funding going for this show. Now, Sonic is a real champ. He's a good guy at this sort of thing, but even he has his limitations. Namely, the kind of torture these two chicken robots are gonna get at him. Now, here's some weird science right here. That's static electricity, nuclear bomb. That's how it works. That's how science works. When Robotnik feels joy, I feel joy too. Up, here comes Caillou again, doing more physics-defying feats.
Cancel all holidays?
Yep, Captain Star. Now there's a good show. Captain Star is sometimes thought of as a parody of Star Trek, but it's got a bit more going for it than that. Very psychological, very personal and emotional and such. Poor old Captain Star. He doesn't even realize that his company has abandoned him on this barren, remote rock of a planet. Thing is, like his predecessor, he would go crazy if he realized he'd been retired. So, rather than going through the hassle of sending out the juniors to hunt down the senior, they have now tricked him into living a voluntary isolation. It's pretty sad when you think about it. He's always ending his episodes contemplating what the future holds and how staying on this rock is just a temporary situation where he'll be back to adventures in space. Irony is he's having just as much adventure on that planet as he is in space, so take of that what you will. And here's the infamous teddy bear episode. That teddy bear is a little shit, I tell you what. You can't trust him.
Yes, Captain. You've broken the mechanism.
And there is no mention of teddy bears.
Well, it looks like a commercial break is just about over. Back to the real show. Yep, here comes George's waifu. His slutty waifu. His skanky waifu, but uh-oh, he's been caught in the act now.
Can't believe you've done
Oh
this.
boy, Becky's gonna be pissed. A word to the wise, never taunt a giant or a giantess. They are gonna do terrible things to you, I tell you what. Oh, and here's another scene where I had to edit out the music. I had the Run Through the Jungle theme, real good Vietnam era sort of music, but YouTube didn't like that, so they said more monkey music, please. And by monkey music, I am referring to Donkey Kong Country. Maybe throw in a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie in there for good measure as well. Now, if I were in George's situation right here, I'd be real worried, because a big old monkey is in the jungle and you're stuck there. Not sure why the hand was colored funny in that situation. Oh, back to normal. Well, this is terrible. Getting all your stuff stolen when you go into the wrong neighborhood. Now, you might think George is helpless in this scene, but in actuality, he's packing heat, I tell you what. Uh-oh, here comes a big purple lizard, and he's not happy about the video George made. Of course, the last time I whipped out my big purple lizard, I got in big trouble. And right about now is this scene where I was supposed to add in some Dragon Ball footage, but I didn't have any. Sorry, folks. You'll just have to watch George and his antics with his doll. Oh, getting into some King Kong action right here. Oh yeah, he's gonna fight that kitty cat. Gonna pound that pushy real good.
Now, this upcoming scene has a lot of gunplay and violence, and it was always my intention to let that play out real well, but studios got some complaint letters from the test audience, and they felt the gunplay was in poor taste after the recent school shooting. I was even contacted by Spielberg to have it all replaced by walkie-talkies, but we decided to keep the guns in for artistic integrity.
Right now, what you're seeing here is what happens on the inside of your computer when you download Bonzi Buddy. It wrecks stuff. He wrecks everything, and he's a big old virus looking for trouble. And look, he's after your women, too. How absolutely degenerate. Well, I personally feel she's a very pretty woman, but evidently not to the taste of Bonzi.
Not you. He's just got a real thing for Faye.
There he goes, looking for more trouble. But he's about to get in big trouble when he tries accessing one of the digital ports he shouldn't have. See? Look. No internet logon for you. Oh, he's gonna run the antivirus on that guy for sure. Oh, you're gonna get it, Bonzi, you're gonna get it. I'm honestly surprised that didn't kill him. I mean, who survives getting a train to the face? Now, this scene right here, this reminds me of some serious vintage horror movie stuff. Oh yeah, total system failure. Now you know you're in trouble. God, love that classic Donkey Kong music. Really fits in well with this monkey shenanigans, I tell you what.
Look, up there.
I feel ya, Bonzi, I feel ya. I've felt like that sometimes too. And now I'm probably gonna look at the comments section and people are gonna call me an incel or something. What the heck? Of course, this is a real timely image right here. I was ahead of my time when I made this scene, because you see, we all are living in clown world right now. We're all clowns. We all float down here, Georgie. We all float down here. And when you're down here with me, you float too.
Help.
Let's see if the IT crowd can help you.
You know you're fucked when there's no help for you, buddy.
More Technicolor critters on the prowl.
This is fantastic.
Now here's another scene that'll really stick it in the craw of the SJW crowd.
There it is, old Trigglypuff banging away at the drums, being a circus freak. Oh, a silly little clown is silly, that's for sure. Yep, bet you thought he was talking about the monkey, but nope, it's a clown, ha ha ha. Anyway, Bonzi Buddy. As I said before, I originally intended the dialogue from Becky to be all profanity, but we couldn't quite make it. So here's more technical glitches from Bonzi Buddy. He corrupts systems, he illegally collects your data, destroys things, and there's no stopping him once he gets in. He's a bad monkey.
Oh god, that's what it is.
Poor old George had to resort to such extreme measures to get rid of Bonzi, but I'm afraid it was the only way out. He lost his computer, but at least he finally did end Bonzi, much to the joy of the crowd. And here is the eulogy for Bonzi Buddy. Needless to say, nobody really missed that little guy, getting his purple junk all over the place, making poop, doing general monkey shenanigans. Oh, jeez. Well, at least we know it's all over. But at what cost? At what cost?
Oh no! Computer dead. Dead computer. It's dead. It's dead, Jim.
Gotta work in at least one Star Trek reference into this show. That's good for the ratings, I tell you what. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this audio commentary on this not really particularly special YouTube poop I made. Maybe I'll make another like that. Maybe. Maybe when my voice doesn't sound so strange. Now tell me honestly, do I sound like Krang from Ninja Turtles right about now? Or do I sound more like Hank Hill? Boy, howdy, I tell you what, Bobby, that boy ain't right. Dang it, Bobby, look at this. It's an end of credits scene. Yep, that's right. Bonzi Buddy will return. Causing more trouble, no doubt.